More stuff in the baseball world happened over the weekend, though, but not necessarily just Major League Baseball, but two aces that everybody will now know the name faced off in the NPB. Roki Sasaki against Yoshinobu Yamamoto faced off. And this matchup was a big deal because these are the two biggest pitchers over there, but you have one in Yamamoto who's a legend and has been doing it for a while. And then Roki Sasaki, who we saw both of these names at the World Baseball Classic, but Roki Sasaki, the new phenom in the sport, and everybody's just waiting for his arrival here in Major League Baseball. And this was the biggest pitching matchup in NPB history. Like, you don't really ever have these storylines match up the way that they did. And it ended with Roki Sasaki, the young phenom, being the guy that got the better of Yamamoto. Get this, 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, 0 runs, 11 strikeouts for Roki Sasaki. Out there throwing 102 miles an hour. We had Rowdy Tellez on the podcast last week who talked about facing Roki Sasaki and said he's throwing 102, but it's moving all over the place. He was throwing splitters at 92, sliders at 90, fastballs at 102, and punched out 11 in 7 innings. So he's 2-0 this year as a starter with 22 strikeouts and just 2 hits given up in 13 innings pitched. Roki Sasaki is going to be a phenom here when he comes to the United States, whenever that might be. It's going to be a couple of years. But Rowdy Tellez said this, and I thought this was interesting because I asked what it was like facing him, and he said that guy would be an ace of a staff right now for at least 25 teams in Major League Baseball. That's how good he is. A great matchup, and the young guy got the best of Yamamoto.
This is another real, and we've talked about this a lot, another tip of your hat and another way that Shohei Ohtani is changing the game of baseball. Because now we know these names, we care about these players, and it's almost like how you're invested in a minor league player waiting for them to make it to the big leagues. They're just on the other side of the world being just as competitive as Major League Baseball is. It is so exciting to see eventually where he's going to end up.
Yeah,
It's going to be great.
We're still a couple years away from it, but I can't wait. And I do feel like baseball now the world cares about the NPB, and I think everybody has realized the NPB is the real deal in baseball. And man, do they love them some baseball over there, and the talent is awesome. And if you ever have a chance to go to Japan and watch baseball there, it is a must. And if you can do it soon, you should go watch Roki pitch while he's still over there. So had to talk about that. Just a good weekend of baseball.
A great weekend of baseball.